What's up guys, this is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 here back with another video, and boy oh boy, this is a huge video, and this is actually a leak of Batman Who Laughs. And I usually don't cover leak videos, but this was just too good and I couldn't skip this one. And there are a lot of places where this video has been leaked, but I'm gonna react to it to see like what it is all about. Like, I haven't done the leak at all myself, but I'm just checking out how Batman Who Laughs looks like in the game, as well as the passives, as well as the abilities of Batman Who Laughs, and a precursor to the video, that is Batman Who Laughs is gonna be super OP. It is gonna be super OP. So let's look at the first gameplay here, and then we are gonna look into the passives and the details as well.
Begin.
Boy oh boy, boy oh boy. So this one is actually having a similar basic attacks like Last Love the Joker as well as Joker, but also it can chain the special abilities like SP2 of Last Love the Joker. So here, this was actually special ability 1. It's called Jokerize. We're going to look into that special ability as well. So it's using that to chain couple of attacks, and it's doing an infinite combo, and it costs only 3 power bars. So with Dr. Fate in the team, it's gonna cost only 1 power bar. That's gonna be amazing, guys. And as you can see, there is another power bar below the power bar, which is like this purple pinkish color which is there. That is called crisis power bars. And what is that crisis power bar is something that we're going to cover. Again, keep in mind, this is completely leaks. It can be completely changed, it can be completely different once the game goes live, but this is what it is, what we are seeing at this point of time. Let's look further into the video. So this is the super move. The super move looks exactly the same as the Joker's super move. So not much changes there. It's fine. I mean, we could have seen a new super move, but that's probably extra animation for them. They didn't do that. So what we are gonna witness right now is gonna be the most amazing part of this video. Check this out, guys. Look at that look, guys. Look at that look. This is Darkest Night form of Batman Who Laughs, and how he goes into this form is after use of every special move, he is gonna gain that crisis energy power bar, which is the pink power bar there. And once that is full, that is still level 10 completely, he's gonna transform into the Darkest Night. And in this particular form, his special abilities, as you can see over here, are completely disabled, but he's gonna do huge amount of damage, and that is gonna be covered by the passive 1 of Batman Who Laughs, which I'm gonna cover here as well. This is again from the leaks, as I mentioned. So let's look at this, and this looks OP. This looks OP, guys. Look at that smile, guys. Look at that smile. Smile. All right, so let's look further into the video. So this was the first part. Let's look into the next part of the gameplay. This is stalling at this point of time.
Green Lantern's back.
The special ability got interrupted, and it is part of a passive or a special ability. We are going to look into that, and let's see. I think it's probably special ability 7, because the special ability 7 is gone at this point of time. Special ability 7 in the sense like special ability 3 power cost 7. So let's look at that.
Beware my power. This next part is so funny.
Next part is so funny. It has having two debuffs, Sundered as well as Despair. So Despair is a new debuff which is kind of added, and we are going to look into that. Sundered is a debuff which existed before for a Golden Armored Wonder Woman, and what that does, if I have to recollect, is something I'll have to recollect while seeing the passive. So we'll look into that while looking into the passive here. Super move, ending it with a super move. So this looks pretty OP, but if you go into the passives, it's gonna be more OP, guys. It's gonna be more OP. Alright, so let's jump into here. This is one of the stats page. Let's look at the passive here. Each successful special, this is first passive. Each successful special performed by the Batman Who Laughs produces crisis energy. When the level of crisis energy reaches its maximum, the Batman Who Laughs temporarily transforms into his ultimate form, the Darkest Night, which we saw in the gameplay. In this form, the Batman Who Laughs cannot perform specials and is not affected by any timed buffs or debuffs. So it's basically immune to everything. But his attack is increased. Each fourth attack against opponent reduces their health by a percentage. Health reduction ignores defense but can be affected by blocking or passive. This is just too OP, guys. But the fact here is maximum 40% health per opponent battle. This is at 7 stars. So it's going to be pretty difficult to get your characters to 7 stars. But given the fact that with only basic attacks and not range attacks or any special abilities, you can just end up doing a health reduction. It's crazy stuff out there which is going on, and this is going to be very interesting to see in the game. Let's look at the ultimate Despair, which is the passive 2. Minus 25% damage under Despair debuff. So that is a debuff which we saw it there. It's up to 3 stacks, which means 75%. This is again at level 7. This would be definitely way lesser in lower levels of the passive. But use special for interruption using crisis energy for 45% of original power cost. Crisis energy cost gets rounded but cannot be lower than 1 power bar. So what does this even mean? Batman Who Laughs can interrupt opponent's special by performing his own using crisis energy instead of power. So the crisis energy is that the pink purple power bar which you were seeing. You can use that to do specials as well. But there is a caveat to it. The caveat is it only works if the specials of the same or higher rank can be used for interruption, which means if the opponent uses special ability 2, then to interrupt that special ability 2 of the opponent, you'll have to use at least special ability 2 or special ability 3. You cannot use special ability 1 to interrupt that special ability of the opponent. So this is what it means. If it uses special ability 1, then you can definitely use either special ability 1, 2 or 3 to interrupt the opponent's special. But using crisis energy power bar, so it cannot be lower than 1 power bar. It means that suppose the opponent has Dr. Fate, as well as, say, for example, using any character, say Mythic Wonder Woman special ability 1 is with power cost 3. With Dr. Fate, it's going to reduce to power cost 1. So how much power cost you're going to use for the crisis energy 1 is you're going to interrupt Mythic Wonder Woman special ability 1 with 45% power bar of power cost 1 of Mythic Wonder Woman, which will be 0.45, but it cannot be lower than 1 power bar, so it's going to get rounded off to 1 power bar. So you're going to use 1 crisis energy bar to interrupt Mythic Wonder Woman special. So that is how it's gonna work. So this is what this kind of means, and it's a great one. It's a great one. So it reduces the opponent's damage as well as helps you interrupt. So ideally, technically, you cannot take a damage once you have at least full power bars for the crisis energy power bars. It is what it is. So what it means is, like, if you're at least at, say, 7 power bars with Dr. Fate not in the team, then you can interrupt any of the special abilities of the opponent and not take damage at all from the opponent's special abilities. So that's a very interesting passive, very OP passive, and it looks like Batman Who Laughs is going to be the most OP character out there. So let's look at the next passive. Master Manipulator, plus 150% crisis energy, combo needs to be higher than 18 hits. Using specials and super moves with a high combo meter grants the Batman Who Laughs extra crisis energy. That means your power bar of crisis energy is going to fill up faster. So this is 18 hits at level 7. I think it's lower, as I mentioned, but it's still an added advantage that you're going to gain crisis energy faster and not have crisis of crisis energy. Okay, so all right, so that's the passive 3, and again it's pretty OP. It's pretty OP. Let's look at the special ability 1. It's called Jokerize, 80% chance to taunt plus 3 crisis energy bars. The Batman who laughs throws a Jokerize card at the opponent the chance to taunt them and force them to use a random special. So the special ability 1 is forcing them to use a random special, but we saw it in the gameplay that we can actually end up chaining the special ability 1, which means if you're doing this infinite combo, you're gaining the crisis energy bars faster as well, and then you can actually transform into the darkest night form, which looks super cool, which looks just OP, and as a result you would be able to do damage continuously, and it's gonna be just it's just gonna be just amazing. So special ability 1, chance to taunt, is again a new feature they are adding with Batman who laughs, but this special, that bonus with the crisis energy power bars, is literally a game changer. Let's look at the special ability 2. Here we have 30% second Sunday debuff. The Batman who laughs calls for his twisted sidekick who slashes the opponent, neutralizing all shields and barriers and temporarily disabling blocking specials. So yeah, so this is what Sundered is. I did mention that I completely forgot what it is, but it is there with Golden Armor Wonder Woman as well. So this disables barriers and passive. So that is Sundered. That is this 30 seconds Sundered debuff, and it's 100% unblockable. Goodness gracious me, it's just amazing like how the special abilities are looking for Batman who laughs. This is just a really great, and this is giving 3.6 crisis energy bars. So again, additional crisis energy bars to get into the darkest form, which just looks cool. Let's look at the next one. This is called Crow, like plus 5 energy bars. That is it. It also has damage over time. It's just amazing, guys. 49,000 total damage, that's what you can get, and it's just ridiculously amazing how this card is gonna look like once it's into the game, provided this all these passives which have been leaked actually come into the game. Let's look at the last one. SUPERMOVE, not so funny is it? 6.25 crisis energy bars. So basically, if you just do one special ability 2, and then you do no, rather one special. You probably need couple of special abilities 1, I would say, couple of special abilities 1, and then a super move. You're guaranteed to get into the darkest form, the darkest night form. Also, if you are doing it above like 20 hits, the 18 hits that you have seen at level 7, that means you will get additional crisis energy as well. So probably you can just do one special 1 or one special 2 and then do the super move, and you will be in the darkest form. That is just too OP, guys, and the amount of damage that it's gonna do is just ridiculous. So all I can say for this video before ending it, I'll not do my signature of this is your boy the average gamer 98 over here. I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is